Hi, welcome to my Lunch and Learn video series. Today I'm here with Kiara Harris of Kiara Harris Photography here in Greensboro. I'm Amelia Maddox and I'm a doula and health educator also here in Greensboro. So thank you for being with me today.
Yes, ma'am, no problem. It's good to be here.
Yeah, and we have a little guest in the background who, is being very well behaved.
He is.
Yeah, we've got Legos. So I think that it'll
keep him occupied.
Totally keep him occupied. Yeah. So not only does Kiara do photography, but you're also a doula. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into the work that you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So I started photography actually when I was in high school. So I worked in a dark room with film.
Oh, that's
like
fantastic.
The original.
Yes.
Which was a love. It was a love of mine. And then once I went to college, I actually worked in a studio, kind of like portrait innovations.
Sure. Uh-huh.
And I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. And so I was like, yeah, I need to do something a little more creative. Mm-hmm. And then, you got married, had kids. So it kind of fell by the wayside. Mm-hmm. And then I just got back into it about 3 years ago.
Oh, fantastic.
So I've been doing photography, my own brand, for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And more recently became a doula. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's been like 3 or 4 months now.
So congratulations.
I'm really new. But it's been good. It's been really good. Now, as far as becoming a doula, mm-hmm. I would say more so from my own experience in birth. And I think a lot of times I hear that story, like what I went through, I don't want someone else to go through.
Yep, absolutely.
So that is definitely something that kind of tugged at my heartstrings to get mm-hmm. into. Mm-hmm. Just to have that person there, an advocate, a mm-hmm. witness, mm-hmm. and being that support system. Mm-hmm. So it's a beautiful thing. I love it.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying
mm-hmm.
the work that you're doing, and your photography is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
I just love it. I follow Kiara on social media, and she's always putting up really beautiful stuff. And you do everything. You do birth photography, right? Mm-hmm. Newborn sessions, family.
And weddings.
And weddings.
That's my main.
Okay, those are your main ones. I know I've seen some headshots too.
Yes.
You'll do headshots for folks, but really her family photography and birth and newborn photography is just absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell you've been working at it for a long time and have a really great eye.
Thank
you.
I
just love it. What really inspires the work that you do?
I would say my children.
Yeah.
They inspire me quite a bit. So, just seeing them kind of light up and say, oh, this is what mommy does. Or sometimes they'll get my phone and try to take a picture of me. And I'm like, well, how did you know how to do that? Oh, you've been watching me. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
They're always watching, right?
Yeah. So that's a big inspiration.
Yeah.
And then also capturing those moments that mm-hmm. are not replicable again.
Yeah.
Like you can't get those back. No. So it's timeless. It really is timeless. It's a precious gift. So
it really is.
That really inspires me a lot too.
I mean, and when you think about like babies, they change every day. Mm-hmm. And to be able to capture those moments, especially in those early days.
They grow so fast.
So fast. I mean, just within a week they'll look so different.
Yeah. From
when they're born.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your photography services and what you'll do for your clients.
So I call myself a storyteller. I want to tell your story, not mine. Mm-hmm. And it's really, I'm a lifestyle photographer. Mm-hmm. So I do more natural light photography. So I can come to your home. Mm-hmm. We can do something outdoors. I rarely do things in studios unless it's super out of the ordinary.
Yeah, sure. So maybe something ultra formal that you would need studio.
Correct. Mm-hmm. But most of the time I do the natural light. Mm-hmm. And with lifestyle sessions, like I said, a lot of those are in home. Mm-hmm. So it's really not superposed. as some people may think. I may set up a couple things just to kind of aesthetically make it look a little more appealing, but as far as being posed, that's not something that I normally do because I want you to interact naturally because this is your story and I want to capture what you do on a daily basis, not what I would feel would look, presentable. Right. This is your life and I'm here to capture it. So that's a lot of what I do, and I do like to kind of create an experience. So I do educate you beforehand on kind of what to expect during your session. One of my biggest things is don't tell your kids to smile at me. Like, don't say, if you don't smile, you're not going to, Miss Kiara's going to get you. Yeah, please don't do that.
I may have done that before.
It's okay. And every photographer is different. Yeah. But most of the time during your session, you're going to be interacting with each other. And we will get, one traditional, hey, look at me and smile. But that's not going to be the focus of the session. It's really going to be you interacting with each other. So, yeah. And with the lifestyle, I do family and weddings and then the birth photography. So with birth photography in my doula services, I've kind of incorporated those two together now. So with the doula services, there is birth photography included in that. And you can either do, the birth during the birth and then some kind of like a fresh 48 would be. So fresh 48 would be me coming in after the baby is born.
Like at the hospital.
Whether it's, in home or at the hospital. And it's during the first 48 hours of the baby being born.
Oh, wow.
So I can do that, immediately after the birth, or if, you wanting to spend time with family and, your spouse, that's perfectly fine. I can come back at a different time, which as long as it's within that 48-hour period.
Oh, neat.
And then with the newborn photography, I can come in. Usually I try to stay within the first 4 weeks of birth. Just to kind of have that squishy newborn baby look. Yes. After that, sometimes they don't, snuggle in with the wrapping everything as well. Right. But again, with lifestyle photography, you can make anything happen. It doesn't have to be, super, super, super fancy.
Sure.
So that's pretty much it with photography services and birth and newborn. Families, I love families. It's a good thing. Yeah. A lot of times I think we miss moments, and I always say at least once a year, if nothing else, get that once a year in. Yeah. Because the next year, things can change. Everybody looks different.
They really do.
So just to see the progression, to go from there is really amazing. And then following families, just to see them from babies and now they're like 10. I'm like, what? What happened?
Yeah, I bet you have clients that come back to you year after year. And you really get to see those
fun to see everybody grow up. Yeah.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah.
And of course, with families, you with the lifestyle photography, you do it in the home or outside or wherever they want to do their session.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, that's great. So, brand new doula. Again, congratulations.
Thanks.
And so what are some of your doula services that you offer?
So right now, just because I am kind of new to everything, I am just doing birth photography. I mean, not birth photography. Jeez Louise. Birthing services. So I'm a birth doula. Okay. I haven't started postpartum doula yet. I will do a postpartum visit, of course. But as far as like continuation of postpartum care, I haven't dived into that as much as I would like. So right now I am just doing birth services. Yeah. And
are you including photography in your doula services as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's such a great thing to have. I know some people are really looking for that when they're looking for a doula, someone who can kind of do both. That's a nice service to offer.
Yeah. And I also do kind of like a short film as well during
neat.
Yeah. So it's kind of before, like, get in the hospital room, kind of going in and just kind of, like I said, tell me your story.
Oh, that's really, that would be so special to have. I have hardly any photographs from any of my birth, right? I mean, there was a camera there.
Oh, yeah.
And we have pictures. I don't have hardly any pictures of me in labor except with my first. And then I don't have any pictures with my second or third when I was in labor.
Oh, wow.
But of course, we have pictures right after the baby was born.
Right.
But I really wish.
Yeah.
And that would have been, I mean, we had a doula, but she was busy. I mean, we just, I mean, it was kind of, both of those births were kind of busy.
Yeah.
So we just couldn't get those photographs in. I mean, I think with my third, my husband ended up being able to grab the camera.
Oh my goodness.
And take some pictures right after she was born.
Yeah.
So it's tough. But it would be so special to have a doula who's there who can do both. That's really, what a wonderful service to offer.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite experiences or stories you would like to share that you've had as a doula or a photographer?
Yeah. I would say more recent experience as a doula.
Okay.
I actually was honored to be my sister's doula.
Oh.
It's different.
Yeah.
And not to say that other clients aren't as, what is the word?
Special or unique or whatever, right? Yes,
it's
but it is
different.
different when it's family.
It's different when it's family.
I was at one of my sister's children's birth, so I understand.
It's very different, but just to be there and to see my nephew born, it's just it's a different ball game. Yeah. It's special, but just to kind of go through that process, and to my nieces too, and her watching me, like helping her massage, and she's like sitting on the ball. She's kind of mimicking her.
Yes.
It was just kind of fun just to see her, and then mom, and just it was
that's
great.
So was this a home birth?
She was in the hospital.
She was in the hospital, but her daughter was there.
Yeah.
As well. You said your niece
at home during
home
labor. So she did some at home labor, and then she went to the hospital after. Yeah. But just to see her kind of
well, it's so special when children can be involved with birth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it really is. When my third was born, she was born here, and the other two were here. Oh, it was way early in the morning, and so that was what my doula ended up being involved with. They woke up. Oh, and so, because it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and they woke up.
Oh, wow.
And so she got them up, and they were able to come in to the bedroom and sit with me for a little bit, but we were getting very close. Yeah. And so they came out here.
Sweet.
But my oldest, so he was almost 5. So he still remembers. Oh, okay. He can totally remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so special.
It is really special.
Oh, that is so special. Oh, I love that.
But that's wonderful that you got to be with your sister.
Yeah.
And support her. It's so different.
It is.
Working with family. And being their support person.
Yeah.
In some ways, it can be a bad thing, Sometimes, but I feel like if we are open,
absolutely,
and holding space in the right kind of way,
that part, holding space,
yeah, absolutely.
That's the key.
Well, so we need to know your contact information.
Yeah. So Instagram, it's Kiara Harris Photography.
Okay.
And then on Facebook, it's the same, Kiara Harris Photography, North Carolina, so it's NC.
Okay.
And apparently there's some other Kiara Harris.
Oh,
which
okay.
is why I had to put the NC on Facebook.
I gotcha. We'll make sure that everybody has the right links.
Yeah. And then I have a website. It's khphotography.nc.com.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for being with me today. This was a delight.
It was fun.
It really was.
Thank
so
you.
Please do reach out to Kiara. She really is a fantastic and talented photographer, and I know you're going to really kill it as a doula too.
Thanks.
So.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Y'all take care.
Bye.